Hello, this is Runners Airsoft, and today we're going to talk about the new B&T Air SPR300PRO, which is disassembled to show you some cool features this gun has, airsoft gun has. One feature this gun has that is really cool is that you can use in the original 300 blackout magazine, SPR300 blackout BB magazine, or the VSR type magazine if you wouldn't want to be using this. So how that works is this part is called the bridge. It's a transparent plastic made bridge that goes inside of the lower stock, like so. So if the if the magazine, SPR magazine with the BBs are feeded inside and clicked in place, then the BBs will flow through here, go inside here, and go out to the top part of the outer barrel / mock suppressor where the chamber is held to feed the BBs inside. But if you don't want to use this, or if you don't want to use this one, the SPR magazine, you can just swap it out with the VSR type magazine, put it inside like so, and it'll still work. In a close-up version, it will be something like this. Mag is inserted, pushing down the lever, like so. BBs will flow through here, through the bridge, up the gasket, into the hop-up chamber, which will be held in place like so, feeding the BBs. But if you don't want this, you can just snap this, go for this, which will also work. A cool feature of the bridge and the upper part is that they both have some kind of retention system to allow the BBs from falling out. So currently it doesn't fall out. Even this part where the magazine is loaded, because of the lever, the BB does not fall out. So when you're reloading the magazine, you don't BBs won't pop out and make your floor dirty and shit. So it's a cool feature. I would like to talk about the trigger assembly next, or trigger, box next. Everything except this part is steel. The trigger, the lever for selecting fire or safe, safety lever, trigger safety lever, and the sear. Notice that the sear is currently in 90 degrees position, not slanted as a 45 degrees as a normal VSR, but in an upright position till 90 degrees. Why they made it like this is that if you use if you're using a VSR with a 45 angle sear, and you up the power of the spring to something much higher than the factory setting, this part will deform, making it having issues later on. So they made the sear as 90 degrees. And a cool feature is that with a 1.5 Allen wrench, you can adjust the length of pull or pre-travel for the steel trigger. A third cool thing on this trigger box is that there's a safety mechanism for the trigger. So currently it's on fire, but you can't pull the trigger because this lever has to be pressed down in order to fire the gun. So what this does is when you're loading the bolt, it won't just slam inside because you accidentally press this trigger, unless you press this down deliberately. So that's one of the cool features. Next, I would like to talk about the bolt. This is also steel. and this part is probably welded together, and this is also steel. This is aluminum and this is stainless steel, so it has a much more longevity. Using a monkey type vise, I'm gonna take it apart. To show what's inside. It's composed of these 4 parts. This part is also stainless steel, and so is this. These are aluminum. These are called something called dell rings. So it's like a Teflon self-lubricating plastic to make it much more smoother. And notice that the rubber thing on the front is kind of a special shape. It's made like this so that when it's pressed inside this bolt or cylinder, it will expand like so, and making it more air sealable. You can notice that there's like a nipple thing coming out the front, and what this does is that it's called an air brake. When you're using a different type of inner barrels, a wider, longer, you can kind of fine tune it to provide like the perfect air cushion when it's inside this cylinder, so it won't just slam inside like so. It's a cool feature. And I forgot to mention a thing on this part. These bearings on the guide rod helps the spring from, you know, being like twisted, because when it's compressed of the torque, it will kind of spin, and you can see the bearings are rotating. So this is another cool feature for the bolts. What's really cool is the CNC Hop-Up Chamber. This can also be swapped out. It's an option item for the VSR type hop-up. There's a stainless steel detent, 2 stainless steel detents inside. 1 and 2 on each side. And what this does is, when the stainless nozzle is pushed inside, it would actually cause a lot of damage to these 2 parts, because it's not actually, you know, very gently pushed in. You kind of slam it inside when you're, you know, racking the bolt. So this and this, both being made of steel, would have more longevity. Another thing is that when it's kind of slammed inside, the BB would hold in place correctly because of the detents. So the BB won't be ricocheting off the walls to get inside the inner barrel. So stay in place of the detent, where this can push like so and make it go inside. And notice the cylinder, circle O-ring on the CNC Hop-Up Chamber unit. What this does is create a better sealing for air to be not leaked when it's pressed inside like so. So this is a cool feature. And when you open this lid, there's a spring. You can see the hop-up rubber, and there's supposed to be these 2 parts. This is kind of a nub that would go inside here. and this would be inside like so. It would be something like this. And when you screw it down, when it's totally assembled, this part is where the TDC rotor goes inside. So when it's assembled, it will probably be something like this, and this place will be caught and it will be pressed down when it's assembled. So that's also a very good style hop-up because of it's because of the TDC version. And inside of the MOX suppressor, you can actually see, but there's a inner barrel stabilizer that is inside of this MOX suppressor, holding the inner barrels to not, you know, tilt left and right and whatever. And this is actually a two-part system, but you can take it out. So currently the factory inner barrel is about 300 millimeters, but if you want to extend this inner barrel to 375, 400, you can buy an option barrel extension of 21 centimeters and 13 centimeters, which you screw on the top like so, if you want something longer. And this thing will hold the inner barrel like so. There's another hidden feature in this outer barrel slash suppressor. You can use the A-Stec Bifrost module. It will go inside like this, and it will hold because there's this part is wider than the inside, so you can hear there's like a contour inside, so you can use a suppressor, tracer unit when using the sniper rifle, airsoft sniper rifle. So these are the main materials and features of this gun, and I'll get back to you after assembly to show you some other cool things that we run into. Thank you.